Hey, what's up you sexy people who flash ROMs during lectures and have an S3? Today guys, I'm going to look at a quick overview of the latest ROM, which is based on 4.2, it's a Jelly Bean 4.2. Let me just get the about device, just making sure there was no information there. So yeah, it's Android 4.2.1. As you can see, the baseband is XXUFMB3 God, I can't even speak. And the build number is XXUFMB3. So I just wanted to go through a couple of features that I found, or not that I found, that are known basically, and some things I wanted to point out and I didn't quite like. First of all, the things that either that I didn't like or that I wasn't quite sure about, and it's confirmed by Zoot1 on XDA Developers, who's a recognized contributor, and he answered my questions that I had on the firmware. So first of all was a notification panel. So on 4.1.2, this is going to get confusing. So let me just say, on previous Jelly Bean versions, you can go and customize the notification panel. And over here it would be your notification panel. But now you've got a normal notification panel, but then you press this button, it expands. Now this is cool to have this expansion over here, but I can't customize it. Now this is a stock ROM. I should mention that it's a deodexed ROM, which is created by Zoot1, but it's everything is stock, you know, kernel, everything. It's just some small, very small added features so that we can use it. So it is kind of annoying, and I don't quite like that. There was the ink effect as well, usually when you go on lock screen. Now the ink effect, we're not sure if it was part of a stock firmware or not, but I think that was an added feature. But ink effect is pretty cool, regardless. Connection wise, now I'm on 3G at the moment, but when I was on 3G, for some reason it wasn't working. I have no idea why. I was registered, my APN works and everything, and the internet works now, and when I was setting up the phone, but for some reason after that it just stopped working for about an hour or two. I have no idea why, and that included Wi-Fi, by the way, so Wi-Fi stopped working as well. So I have no idea why. It was connected, it showed it connected, but page wouldn't load, and I tried on different browsers as well, like Chrome, stock browser, and Dolphin, and it wouldn't work. So I don't know why, but the connection was dropping in and out. Developer mode. Now this is normally not here. I had to find out on XDA, but basically if you go to build number, you double click this basically several times, and it comes up with a developer. So apparently I'm already a developer. I know, bitch, I know. And then you get developer options. But it's interesting that Samsung have hidden the developer options. I guess this is clever, because obviously normal people, should I say normal people, people which don't flash their phones or don't need developer options shouldn't really be accessing developer options, because they might do stuff that they don't know what they're doing. You know, for example, if they times that 4 times MSAA, GPU rendering, whatever, and they play around with things that they shouldn't really be playing around with. It's not like it's going to make a huge difference, but it does make a difference to your system. So it is good that what Samsung have done and hidden that away, so I appreciate that. Another thing is the lock screen swipe functions. Now you'll see the lock screens change, and I'll focus on that on a little bit. But usually you had little icons that you could swipe in and out, and I can't find that anymore, which is slightly annoying. Now I'm pretty sure that was to do with it was on stock firmware. I'm pretty sure it was stock firmware, and now it's gone. So I don't really like Samsung's move on that, because I actually quite like the choice of having that, at least if we had the choice of one or the other. Now in terms of features, now first of all, you might, this is a leak ROM, so do bear that in mind. There might be some problems and whatnot that I outlined that might lead to a leak rather than a stable version, but I thought things I've experienced so far. At the top you can see it's shaded black for some reason. Now I'm not a fan of that. I want my full wallpaper without the shading of black. I don't know if there's a way to remove that. Knowing me being an idiot, there probably is, but I haven't seen that option, and so that means there's a shaded bit of black over there, so I don't know why that's doing that. Secondly, I guess this is related to Zine Launcher, but for some reason, when I swipe down, it usually should bring the launcher up, and I swipe up, it brings the dialer, but swiping down doesn't work. For some reason, it's not corresponding to a notification panel, so I don't know if that's something to do with how the system was configured. Going into other things, going into the settings, and the settings has changed a little bit. The color of more settings has changed, that's nothing special. If we go into sound, you can see that this has changed. Now you've got something called My Sound, which is included, and it says you can find the best call sound for you and use it during calls. I haven't actually used that, but there you go. And you can see this has changed a little bit just in terms of look. If we go into display, as you remember, I was talking about the notification panel. That's been removed. You got Daydream. I have. There you go. To control what happens when the device is locked, enable Daydream. I've never touched that, but that's one thing. Smart rotation, directions to watch your angle of sight. Smart stay. I guess you have to enable that to enable. Oh, anyway. Oh yeah, of course I'll enable. Oh no, rotation. Cancel. Yeah, smart rotation. That's pretty cool. So I don't know if it's actually going to work. How does it figure it out? Well, I don't know. But anyway, that's smart rotation. And smart stay obviously was there as well. There we go. Location services. You can see it's changed a little bit again. It was used to be a tick, now it's like an on-off place. Lock screen, as I was saying, you don't have that option of that lock screen, but you do have a widget on lock screen, clock and dual clock, and I'll come to the lock screen in just a second. You have the ripple effect, which can be there. You got cloud services, which is pretty cool, so you can link your Dropbox account or Samsung account. That's a nice integration right there. Over here you've got voice command. Oh yeah, I was gonna force close because I removed what's it called? Voice. So by removing voice, I mean that annoying program that no one uses. S-Voice, there you go, that one. So I got rid of that, so therefore that's why it's forced closing. Motion is pretty cool. Now if you look at the motion, there's some stuff over here that I don't think were there before. Actually, was it under motion or was it under talkback? No, it's not under motion. Motion stuff were there. Let's talkback right there. Sound balance, pretty cool. To have a sound balance right there, it's useful. Answering ending calls, there's just one option which has been added. Now where was that? Well anyway, there's this option of some pretty cool stuff that you could do with the phone. In other words, you talk to it, and it's probably, yeah, it's in voice commands, most probably. There you go. It's in voice commands, and basically there's options of like you say play, you say pause, and the phone responds to the change. That's great, I guess, for the stock media player and everything like that. But if you go anything custom, like power amp or whatever, that probably won't work. About device has also changed. It's only one page, as you can see, but if you go into status, you've got much more information of your system right there. Now going on to the lock screen. So lock screen's changed a little bit. So as you can see, you've got a clock up here. You can resize widgets, which is pretty cool, on the lock screen. So that's pretty nice. Let's get Bluetooth off. If I rotate, I don't know if it's going to rotate with it. Oh, maybe that's going to be my launcher wise, but anyway. Now, as you'll be able to see, it has changed. If I swipe to the left, you can see I can add messages and I can add widgets. So that's pretty cool. So you can add widgets basically to your home screen, and I find that very, very cool. So I'm going to add the power amp. Let's go for that. That looks good. What else is there? Oh, aluminium, white plastic, black neon. What looks sexy? I think aluminium looked pretty badass, huh? But anyway, let's go default. And then the opacity of it. And then style 1, style 2, style 3. I've never understood what these really do. A fit album art wouldn't be bad, so done. Pretty damn cool. So, as you can see, it's added right there. You can usually resize it if the widget allows it. There we go. So just there you go, album art. So I mean, that is really cool, and this is all done from the lock screen, and I find that super cool myself. So it's something that it's a feature that's really nice, and it's very subtle. Now if you swipe to the left, you go straight into camera. So that is another cool option, straight camera access right there. If I exit out, it will go to my home screen. So there is quite cool integration, but there's also some things that I didn't quite understand why they removed, especially that notification bar and that black line over there. I'm not quite sure why I've removed that. In terms of battery life, I can't really comment, and it would be unfair for me to comment because it's the first battery life cycle that it's on, and more so I was charging it on and off. Let's see, oh there you go, I was just charging it on and off. You know, I was in a lecture at 80, it was at 70% or something, and I was like, this is boring, so I'm going to flash a ROM. So I flashed a ROM in my lecture, and so it drained a lot of battery, as I didn't have on power saving mode. So usually when I flash a ROM, obviously I do all the other stuff like titanium backup and whatnot, and it uses quite a lot of processing power and therefore uses quite a lot of battery, and therefore it's unfair to judge. So now I guess it's a fresh install, so I'm going to leave it installed for a little while, but I gotta say it feels a little sluggish. There's certain things, like when I'm just opening things, going into certain things, it feels a little sluggish. I don't know why. Now it could be because of the ROM, it could be because of some apps I've removed. I highly doubt that, because I always remove the same apps. I don't know why it's doing that, and also the developer options I just should mention. I'm always on 0.5. That's why I use the developer options, in fact. But apart from that, it is okay. It's a nice ROM, and it works. It's good improvement in some aspects by Samsung's, but I don't understand why some other aspects have been taken out. So I hope this video helps you guys and shows you a quick overview of this ROM. And yeah. So don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe, and leave your comments in the description below on saying how sexy my wallpaper is. Alright guys, totally dubbed out. Take care. Bye bye.